Hello, everyone. We are back again for another week of live dogs. Another profitable week last week. Looking to keep that going. We did end the week on a little bit of a tougher note. We went 1-3 on Thursday. Grand total of 8-8 for the picks on the week, and we finished positive 1.05 units. So. Profitable week, like I said. Over the last 3 weeks, we are now up 4.21 units. So we're on a little bit on a good run here. We're gonna look to keep that going. Before I even get into the picks today, I will say a little bit of a weird day. No NBA today. We do have some NFL, and I will be giving out my first NFL pick of the year today. But MLB slate's not that good. A couple of double headers, which I try to stay away from. So yeah, not a ton of value on a bunch of underdogs, but I did go after. I got 3 picks and a lean, so there's still 4 plays for today. If you want to tail them, first one is the White Sox at plus 120 versus the Twins. White Sox have been underdogs in a lot of games recently, despite being, let's say, one of the better teams in baseball. So Dylan Cease is on the mound. He's 5-2 with a 3.33 ERA and 1.30 WHIP. So he's having a pretty good year for the White Sox, and he's going up against Jose Berrios, who's 4-3 with a 4.4 ERA and 1.36 WHIP. So I lean pitching advantage here for the White Sox. The WHIPs are pretty comparable, but there is a little bit of an edge there in ERA. Both these guys do have a decent amount of innings under their belt, so. Decent sample size too, and I just think the starting pitching advantage definitely goes to the White Sox here. And even in the bullpen, it's kind of more of the same. The White Sox are 6th in ERA. This is also, should say, over the last 2 weeks. White Sox are 6th in ERA, while the Twins are 5th, so close there. White Sox are 9th in batting average against, while the Twins are 14th. The WHIP, a little bit lower than what we would want to see in the White Sox at 16th, while the Twins are at 8th. So that's their one advantage there. But all the other numbers definitely lean towards the White Sox. You see the batting average of balls put in play. So anything not a home run. White Sox ranked 12th, while the Twins ranked towards the bottom at 25th. So I also think there's a batting advantage here, or a bullpen advantage, excuse me. So I just think from top to bottom, the pitching is there for the White Sox. I think should be able to limit the Twins to only a run or 2 at most, hopefully. But then also there is an advantage at the plate as well. The White Sox have, while they've fallen off a little bit from when they were best in the league for a couple of weeks, they're still top 10 in most stats. They're 6th in batting average, 9th in on-base percentage, 13th in slugging, and 5th in batting average of balls put in play. Meanwhile, on the other side, Twins ranked 12th in batting average, 15th in on-base percentage, 7th in slugging, and 17th in batting average balls put in play. So when you look at those numbers for the Twins, they're 7th in slugging, 12th in batting average, but only 17th in batting average balls put in play. So they've been hitting a lot of home runs. They've been relying on it. Luckily, the White Sox bullpen's been one of the best in the league at not allowing home runs. I know I didn't put that up there, but they also rank top 10 in that. So, in my opinion, this is a advantage at starting pitching, bullpen, and as well as at the plate. I really don't see why the White Sox are underdogs here. Vegas must know something that I don't, because looking at the numbers, there's really no reason why the White Sox should be underdogs here. But I believe I showed it on screen at plus 120. I think you can even get it at plus 125 now. The line's been moving in favor of the Twins. So that's play 1 for today. I should say the White Sox have won 4 in a row and 8 of their last 9. But when you look at the Twins, they've also won 3 in a row and 7 of their last 9. So these are 2 hot teams, don't get me wrong. White Sox, you could say, are a little bit on a better run. But I also just think the numbers don't lie here. There's no reason not to play this at plus 120, just too good a value to pass up on. And into the second pick of the day, we have the Cardinals at minus 110. Even in the last I'll say hour or so, I think you can get the Cardinals at even money right now. This is game one of the doubleheader versus the Brewers. So Kwang Young Kim is on the mound for St. Louis. He's 2-0, having a great year. He's 0.83 ERA and also the sub-1 WHIP, which we love to look for here. And he's going up against Josh Lindblom, 1-3 with above a 6 ERA and 1.44 WHIP. So definite starting pitching advantage here. And in a 7-inning game, that makes all the difference in my eyes as you rely less on the bullpen. I think there's a legit shot that Kim goes for a complete game. If not, at least a good 5 or 6 innings. He hasn't had a bad outing yet, and hopefully he has more of the same today. While Lindblom, if he just keeps up his average, definitely could score a couple runs off of him. So I'm not going to go into the bullpen trends because, like I said, might only be an inning or two of the bullpen at most. So we'll go to the batting stats where the Cardinals have been surprisingly good lately. They're 8th in batting average, 6th in on-base percentage, and 8th in slugging. So you love to see teams that are top 10 in all three of those stats. While the Brewers, 15th in batting average, but they are getting on base a lot. They're 5th in on-base percentage, but 18th in slugging. So they've been walking, getting hit by pitches, whatever it is. They do what they have to do to get on base. But, like I said, I just don't see it here against Kim. He's been one of the best pitchers in the league very quietly. Sub-1 ERAs and WHIPs are hard to come by and obviously will not last forever. But while he's hot, we're going to keep riding Kim. And like I said, 7-inning games, bullpen matters less. But if you really want the bullpen stats, I don't have them up on screen. They are relatively close, but the Cardinals do have a slight advantage there as well. The Cardinals have won 4 of Kim's last 5 starts. Meanwhile, the Brewers have lost 4 of Lindblom's last 5 starts. So I just think this is another case, all numbers pointing towards the Cardinals, and you can get them at even money, minus 105, whatever it is. The odds should be pretty close on this one. Make sure it's game 1 of the doubleheader. Don't want to get caught lacking there. Those are 2 picks, and 2 picks that I actually feel really confident about. I try to stay away from 7-inning games when I can, but like I said, there's a lot of them today, and the slate's not that good. So that's pick 2 for today. And the third pick, I told you I was going to give you a first NFL play, and we have it here. Monday Night Football, Broncos plus 135 versus the Titans. Don't get me wrong, I do think this is going to be a very close game. I think it's going to be very low scoring. Last year, the Broncos did beat the Titans 16-0. And really, when you break down the numbers, the Broncos have done pretty well against teams that are rush heavy. I don't have them here. You can look into them yourself. They do well against teams that run the ball on 45% or more of their plays, which the Titans are, because obviously Derrick Henry is a monster, one of the best running backs in the league. And while I do like Tannehill, I was a Tannehill fan while he was in Miami. Never thought he got the shot he deserved. Seems to have found a home here. I do like him. But even with him, they are relatively one-dimensional with Henry. They like to pound the rock. Maybe they switch that up this year, but with what we've seen from this team, we have to believe that they're going to be running the ball a lot. And the Broncos last season allowed the 5th least rushing touchdowns. So hopefully you can keep them out of the end zone, hold them to field goals. Like I said, this should be a low-scoring game. So, holding them to field goals could be big. And the Broncos tend to do all right against rush-heavy teams, like I said. Also, let's talk about the Broncos a little bit. They're 4-1 with Drew Lock as the starter, only loss being to the Chiefs. So, obviously losing to the Chiefs, Super Bowl champs, is not that bad of a loss. But they're 4-1 with Drew Lock. They added Melvin Gordon, drafted Jerry Jeudy and KJ Hamler. I believe KJ Hamler is doubtful for the game. I could be wrong, but Jerry Jeudy will be playing. Cortland Sutton, I have not checked the injury report today. I don't know if he'll be there or not. If he is there, obviously that's great. If not, I think they can survive without him for a game or two. So I think Melvin Gordon will get a pretty heavy usage here, and hopefully Drew Lock comes out with a big game. Because I think this is his breakout year and be a good win over the Titans, who made it to the AFC Championship game last year. So I get why they're underdogs, but also very much could see them winning this game. And I think plus 135 is pretty good value. Excuse me. Considering how we've seen the Broncos do against teams that just pound the rock. So first NFL play. Hopefully we start it with a win. I think plus 135 is good value here. Like I said, I just think Drew Lock will come out and have a day. And I also think Melvin Gordon will get back to his old self. And for one lean on the day, it is the Padres versus the Dodgers. The line is not out yet. This is me assuming that the Dodgers are going to be the favorites. And I like the Padres in the game. It's a 9:10 first pitch. That's Eastern time. So there's definitely a lot of time to wait to see what the line is. And if the Padres are favorites, I will scratch this on the weekly record. But regardless, it is a game that I like, and I do assume the Dodgers will be the favorite because, let's face it, they're the Dodgers. But the Padres have been very good. I won't get all the way into the numbers just because the line's not out yet. Don't want to go too much into it, but definitely some advantages for the Padres in this game. So, those are the 4 picks for today. Hopefully we start off on a good note. Last 3 weeks, our Mondays have been really good. Trying to just run the quick numbers here. Up almost 6 units on Mondays. Not that actually means anything, but hopefully we start off the week hot again. Run through the picks one more time. White Sox at plus 120. Absolutely love that one. The Cardinals in game 1 of the doubleheader at even money, minus 105, minus 110, whatever it is. I do see them as slight underdogs on most books. And then the Broncos plus 135 versus the Titans tonight. And then obviously that Padres-Dodgers line, whatever it happens to be. Just keep an eye on that. It is Kershaw pitching, but he's going up against Lamet for the Padres, who honestly has better numbers than Kershaw, or at least the same numbers. They're both sub-1 whips. And Kershaw has a 1.98 ERA compared to a 2.24, but relatively even numbers there, so I like that game as well for a little late night scare, as we always love to have. But thank you guys for tuning in. I'll be back tomorrow. We'll have some basketball again tomorrow, which is great, and hopefully a little bit better of an MLB slate. Try to avoid those doubleheaders. But yeah, thank you guys for being here. Hopefully we start on a good week, and good luck to everyone's bets. And hopefully I'll see you guys tomorrow, same time, same place. So see you then.